Well, it's been a few weeks and my thoughts have finally processed enough on 12 Monkeys to the point where I can talk about it, so here I am talking about it today. There will be some mild spoilers in this review just in case you didn't know, or if you haven't seen season 3 of 12 Monkeys, you might want to catch up because you're missing out on one of the best things like in the history of ever. After 3 seasons of 12 Monkeys, I can definitively say that 12 Monkeys is like... it's like one of the best things that I've ever seen with my own 2 eyes. Seriously, this thing is like one of the best shows in sci-fi history, and it's one of my favorite shows on TV. I love this show so much. This is thought-provoking time travel sci-fi done right. It always has been. First 2 seasons were awesome. This season somehow, even though they aired the entire season over a 3-day stretch, this season somehow upped the stakes, and it somehow went further and beyond than even season 1 and season 2 could. Obviously, the big idea is going into this season, it all deals with the Witness. The Witness comes to the forefront, and we've been hearing about the Witness for 2 seasons now, and in season 3 the Witness takes front and center stage. And obviously if you've seen season 2, then you know that the Witness, who is this futuristic person, this person from the future who apparently wants to destroy time itself. Yeah, he's actually Cole and Cassie's kid, because Cole and Cassie hooked up in 1957, I believe it was, and then they ended up having a baby, and then that timeline was thought to have been wiped out, but then at the end of the season we see it's clearly not, because Cassie's pregnant and she's carrying the Witness in her stomach. So obviously the big plot this season involves them trying to find Cassie and then them trying to figure out a way to stop the Witness before he can, you know, destroy time itself or whatever. And then along the way there's some topsy-turvy turns and some ups and downs and some twists and some stuff that you're not going to see coming, because you never see anything coming with this show, which is one of my favorite things about it. The heartbeat of the entire series is still Cole and Cassie. Cole and Cassie, from day one, you've been rooting for them, and I'm not one of those people that likes to ship. Like, I'm not one of those people that goes, oh, well, I ship these people. I ship these people. I want them to hook up. I watch the show. I enjoy the show. If people hook up, that's great. That's fine. If I like them together, that's cool. But I'm not one of those people that pushes the whole ship thing. Mostly because the word ship reminds me of, like, a boat sinking or something like that. And then when I think of that, I think of Titanic. And who the hell wants to think about Titanic for 2.5 hours? But Cole and Cassie, this is sexual tension done the right way. This is chemistry between your 2 co-stars done the right way. It has been from day one. It's even better in this season, because the sexual tension thing was teased throughout season 1 and season 2, and then at the end of season 2 it pays off, and then season 3 it pretty much sees them, you know, yeah, they're in love and they're officially a thing now. Granted, ideologically they're kind of at odds a little bit throughout the season because they both have different ways that they want to deal with the Witness. Cole, he's feeling like, okay, well, if the Witness is a bad person, it has to come from me, and he kind of feels like the Witness has to be taken out no matter what. But Cassie is a mother, and she doesn't really want to get rid of her kid without knowing that she could have done something to stop it or to send him on a different path. And so that's kind of an ideological thing that they're dealing with this season. But even still, if you're a shipper of Cole and Cassie, there are some truly romantic moments between them this year. I'm just saying that for me, the more interesting stuff was ideologically how they kind of thought differently about the whole Witness thing. Really, the ideology of this season and the theme of the season in general is kind of nurture versus nature. Yeah, we know the Witness is supposed to be this big futuristic baddie. We know that he's trying to wipe out time itself. We know that he is partially responsible for the virus that is supposed to wipe out mankind. You don't really know. You don't know if he's always meant to do that or if you could change it, and that really deals with the whole free will versus destiny thing that has been tackled in previous seasons. But in this season in general, you deal with it a lot more in terms of, are you a product of your environment? Can you be molded? Can you be shaped? Can you be changed? Do you have to end up the way that you were raised, or can you be raised to be different? Cole and Cassie eventually find themselves on the opposite end of where Dr. Jones and her people are looking at things, because they're looking at it as, well, we kill him, we save the entire world, and they're looking at it the way parents would. It's easy to say, well, you know, kill Hitler, unless Hitler is your kid. You know, it's kind of a different dynamic thing, because then you're like, well, he's my kid, and I want to save him, and I want to turn him. I just love the way that 12 Monkeys handles concepts like that. I love the way that it tackles themes like that, and that is a big theme throughout this season. The other characters and the other actors and performances are all great all around. Obviously, you gotta single out Jennifer, because Jennifer is like one of my favorite characters that's ever been created, like on any show ever. She is equal parts crazy and nuts, but at the same time, you understand why she's crazy, because she's a primary and she's got all of these concepts of past, present, and future rattling around in her head. They do a great job this season of letting you get inside her head, so to speak, so that you can see how she viewed things and how she looks at the world, what she sees when everybody else thinks that she's going crazy. And there are other parts of the season where she's like so heartbreakingly vulnerable that you just want to wrap your arms around her, you just want to hug her, and you just want everybody to listen to her, even though people are inclined not to listen to her because she is kind of crazy. I deal with that dynamic all the time as a crazy person, you know, I'm a bit crazy myself, and so people don't listen to me, and I just kind of have to accept it and roll with it. The one thing that I think I did not expect going into the season was I did not expect to care about the Witness as much as I did. I mean, I cared about the Witness, but it was kind of like, oh, well, it's Cole and Cassie's kid. I'm not really going to feel anything for him. He's just this big futuristic badass, and I don't really need to know that much about him. No, you find out quite a bit about the Witness, especially as a young man, and I was so surprised in one of the later episodes of the season how they took an entire episode to flesh out the Witness, and I ended up caring about him and giving a shit about him and actually understanding his motivations. His motivations for trying to destroy time are very relatable, and you understand it, and you get it, and so I was not expecting that going into the season. I was just kind of like, yeah, kill the Witness, yeah, but then it was Cole and Cassie's kid, so I'm like, alright, maybe we should. And I love shows like that. I love shows where you could take the villain, or the supposed villain of the series, and then flip it on its head to make him look like a good guy sometimes. I thought that was really well done. The show always has pretty cool futuristic action sequences. One of the things I liked that they did in this season was they introduced these portable time travel devices that allow you to jump back and forth between time and allows you to go to different eras and stuff like that. There's some really cool, fun time travel shit that involved with those, and so again, if you think too much about it, your head's gonna hurt, but then again, the show is so good that you want your head to hurt. Obviously, the season ends with like the huge twist, the huge revelation that Olivia, not, you know, the Witness, the guy that we thought was the Witness, Cole and Cassie's kid, is actually not the Witness. Olivia, who used to be one of the co-leaders of the army of the 12 Monkeys, she's the Witness. This sets up for a really interesting and unfortunately final fourth season, as it's pretty much officially Olivia and the 12 Monkeys versus Cole, Cassie, and the rest of the time travelers from 2046. I don't know, man, I'm kind of sad that we're only going to be getting a fourth season. We're not getting anything else after that because this show is so addicting. Honest to God, I love everything about it. The performances, the action, the thought-provoking time travel, mind-bending futuristic shit. I love the technology, I love the effects, I love the chemistry between all the characters. I love the fact that at each different point in the season, you can perfectly see how each character fits together, and you can perfectly see each character from their own perspective. Another character I wasn't expecting to care as much about this season is Deacon. You might want to look out for him. Deacon has an entire episode that focuses on him and his upbringing, and I was surprised at how much I felt for it at the end of it. In the end, guys, if you're not watching the 12 Monkeys, you're just missing out on a huge portion of life right now. I mean, the 12 Monkeys, it seriously is. It's one of the greatest shows ever conceived. I can't even really think of anything that I didn't like about the season. This season took everything that you knew about season 1 and season 2 and then flipped it and then twisted it and then somehow elevated the entire show as a whole. There's no way it wasn't going to get this rating. I love the show. I love it. I can't sing its praises high enough. Army of the 12 Monkeys is Superman Prime levels of awesome. Alright guys, if you've seen all 3 seasons of the 12 Monkeys, which one is your favorite season? Outside of that, if you haven't seen 12 Monkeys, what's your favorite sci-fi show ever created? Put that down in the comment section below. Please like and subscribe to the Superfan Show, and as always, if you like what you see, tell me how you feel, and stay tuned to hear more from the Man of Steel. Peace!